Guys, it's John Walker with the Walker Group, and I haven't gone live in a little while, so I wanted to kind of jump in and talk about something that I was talking with one of our buyers about just a little while ago, and that is down payment. There's a lot of misinformation out there when it comes to down payment. Some people think that you have to put down these large sums of money, 20% down or something like that, and it's just not the case. Years ago, that's kind of how it was. Like, you had to put a lot of money down, but things have changed a lot, and sometimes that bad information is like passed down through family and friends and stuff like that. So I wanted to just kind of touch on that for a minute. So when it comes to down payment, there are some loans where you don't have to have a down payment at all, okay? And that is your VA loans, okay, and your rural development, okay? And then they also have, some banks have special loans where a lot of times around here they're called low to moderate income, or you'll hear them called LMI as an acronym. And those are different ones that have a zero down payment. Now, with that being said, sometimes it's still in your best interest to put a down payment. So, make sure you're talking with a lender that will give you the right options. When it comes to buying a home, not every process is cookie cutter and the same. In fact, most of the time, they're very different. Every situation is different. Everybody has different income. Everybody has a different credit score. And so you need to be talking with your lender to make sure that you are making the best decision for your financial future. Some people, it's better to put money down on a house. And then some people, it's better to take that money and pay off some debt and don't put any money down on the house. So it really depends on each situation is going to be a little bit different. A lot of times buyers, we talk to them, and the first thing they're talking about is they want to go look at the house. Like, oh, I want to go see this house. It's pretty. And that's the fun part, right? Like, that's the part where everybody wants to go and, look at the house. It's the fun part. And so, as fun as that is, and that's the end game, if you go look at that house and you don't have any idea about the lending and the finances, it can cause all kind of issues. You get your heart set on a house and then it won't work out, and then you'll just be discouraged. So, make sure you're talking with your lender so that they can tell you how much to put down. Okay, so VA, rural development, and some special bank loans are going to be 0%, okay? The next one is going to be your FHA, or 3.5% down, okay? So that's not very much when it comes to buying, a beautiful home, 3.5% of the sales price. There's also conventional loans where you can put down 3%. There's conventional loans where you put down 5%. And then you do have loans where 20% may be required. So it's all going to depend on each situation. Now, sometimes the house will help make that decision too. And so what do I mean by that? If you have a house, and this is more of like an investment situation, like if you have a house that needs a lot of work, and I mean more than just paint, I'm talking like, the roof is bad, or it needs, new drywall or something like that, like it needs major work. Those are the kind of houses that you're going to have to put down probably at least 15 or 20%, because the bank will finance on those kind of homes. But they're going to want you to make sure you have plenty of skin in the game, because that home is such a higher risk for the bank and for you as a person. So those are the ones where you're going to have to put more money down. So you have your 0%, you have your 3, your 3.5, your 5, your 20, all these different options. But if you're someone that's just going out and buying a house, very rarely do you have to put down 20% unless you are, moving your money from one house to another. Let's say you've, bought a house 20 years ago and you've paid it down, and, you sell that house and there's $100,000 in profit from that house. Well, of course you can move that money into the next house. And that's what a lot of people do, because they protect that money and its equity, in that investment, of their home. Mostly what we see is the first-time home buyers that are a little like misinformed when it comes to how much money they need to put down. So that's the down payment. Now, closing cost is something totally different, and we can do another video about that because I don't want to go too long. But and we have another video on our YouTube channel, so you can check that out too. If you go to the YouTube and then just search Walker Group, you'll see it pop up. But closing costs is a whole different set of finances and money that you have to, be aware of as a buyer when it comes to buying a house, and it's separate from your down payment. A lot of people think that those two are the same, and they're not. So anyway, I hope this helps a little bit, kind of shed some light on it and bust some myth up about that. If you have any questions, just feel free to comment or message us, call us, whatever. I mean, you were usually pretty easy to find. And we hope you guys have a happy Halloween. I guess I could have done something like cute and funny, like for the video for Halloween, but I didn't even think about it. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good rest of the day. It's November 1st tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. I was playing Christmas music today, and most of my coworkers hate me for it. But I love Christmas music, so I'm going to start playing it even more and more. I hope y'all have a good one, guys, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.